Rappers are known for spending a lot of money on the most unnecessary things imaginable. Some purchases could actually be acceptable, and others are necessary. But they're not afraid to fork out quite the wad of money for certain purchases. In fact, living a life of excess is almost a code amongst most rappers. We wanted to know what the most expensive stuff rappers have bought. We went digging and came up with this video. See if you can spot the most ridiculous purchase and leave a comment. Enjoy the video. This is rappers' most expensive purchases ranked. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Number 15. Kanye West's Sistine Chapel recreation, $350,000. What do you do with an exceptionally talented man who thinks he's a god? You stand back and let his own poor choices reveal to him over time that he's anything but. He's more like a mortal man who squanders away a fortune to fulfill his massive and fragile ego. In this case, Yeezus had the Sistine Chapel recreated in his home to the tune of $350,000. The fine print here, and there's always fine print, is the recreation is actually also an homage to his car accident, with himself, of course, being in the place of that Christ God figure. It's baffling how his accountant can allow a grown man to do something this ridiculous. Pay another person enough, and they will tell you that you can buy whatever you want, no matter how narcissistic it may be. Number 14. Nelly's mink-lined Rolls-Royce Phantom, $395,000. Nelly really drives in luxury. He shelled out cash for a Rolls-Royce Phantom, but of course, he took it 100 steps further and got the whole whip lined in mink. Someone tell PETA that his mink is dragging under the tire, because this is just overkill. Let's just say that when it comes to money, he's probably in the pink. Number 13. T-Pain's big-ass chain, $410,000. Like, seriously, who names their chain big-ass chain anyway? A little cheesy. T-Pain's real name is Fahim Rashad Nam, just in case you were wondering, and guess what? When he bought the chain, he was just 29 years old. His auto-tune songs became major hits 16 years ago. If you do the math, he was just 19 years old at the time of his initial success. His first single was I'm Sprung, and he has produced 8 more hits since then. His chain isn't fancy, and it doesn't stand out, but for $410,000, he decided to have the words big-ass chain made out of 197 carats worth of diamonds and white gold. It is a really big chain, and looks like it's very heavy. We don't know why he decided to have this neck piece made, but it looks like he did the first thing that went through his head. Number 12. Soulja Boy's $500,000 chain. It's like this guy fell off the platform, because I have seen no hits from him again since Soulja Boy released his first single, Crank That, when he was just 17 years old back in 2007. It became a major hit, and since then, he has invested his talents in other areas as well, such as designing clothes and shoes, and becoming an actor. He is currently a reality star in Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. If you're a fan of the show, it's fine if you're not, you should remember that Soulja Boy received major backlash on social media for the way he acted towards his ex-girlfriend when she had a miscarriage. His $500,000 chain has a globe and the words, "The world is yours," on the centerpiece. The piece is encrusted with white gold and diamonds, and the message is there to remind everyone that anything can be achieved. Number 11. Cardi B buys Offset a refrigerator containing $500,000 for his birthday. What do you get a man who has it all? Well, if you're Cardi B, you give him a refrigerator full of cash. For Offset's 28th birthday back in December, the Bodak Yellow rapper gave the Migos member $500,000 in cash that was placed on the shelf of a stainless steel refrigerator. That's pretty cool. Number 10. Lil Jon's Crunk Ain't Dead chain, $500,000. Lil Jon's real name is Jonathan Smith. He's a rapper, producer, and well-known DJ, and he screams "yeah" before every appearance. From his look, you can tell that he loves jewelry. He has everything from gold and platinum teeth to gold watches and expensive rings. His chain was made by Jason of Beverly Hills, and it's made its way into the Guinness Book of World Records as the chain with the largest diamond pendant in the world. The chain weighs 5.11 pounds and is 7.5 inches tall. It has a total of 73 diamond carats set in 18-karat white and yellow gold. Number 9. Meek Mill spent $540,000 on a new chain. Meek Mill dropped $540,000 on a chain that was outfitted with 250 carats worth of diamonds by Shine Jewelers. The gold and diamond encrusted emblem was inspired by 18th Street. Meek clarifies that the design had nothing to do with the 18th Street gang, but was a salute to cross streets in his hometown in Philadelphia, 18th and Berks by 18th South Catherine. He captioned a video, "Not the gang, just to be clear, new chains for new music." Number 8. Diddy bought his son Maybach on consecutive consecutive birthdays, $756,000. Diddy got flack for gifting his son, Justin Dior Combs, a $360,000 Maybach for his Sweet 16. Of course, the lavish NYC celebrations were all featured on MTV's My Super Sweet 16. The next year, Justin was given yet another Maybach for his 17th birthday, and for making the honor roll. But this time, it was a limousine. Way to go teach your son about life there, Sean. Number 7. Rick Ross diamonds for his birthday. $1 million. When Rick Ross celebrated his birthday in 2011, he went all out. Rosé hit up King of Diamonds and reportedly spent $1 million. The strip club's talent manager Disco, Rick Taylor, confirmed that corporate offices had to bring a Brinks truck in to supply more cash, but Ross refused to confirm the exact amount of money due to IRS concerns. Responsible ballin'. We can think of better things to spend your money on, though. Number 6. Pharrell Williams' $1 million chain. Pharrell is a lot of things. He's a rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, fashion designer, and he doesn't age. The man still looks like he's in his 20s. His chain was made by Jacob the Jeweler in 2006. The chain and the medallion are both encrusted with different types of precious stones. He doesn't rock the chain as much as he used to because it's no longer part of his style, but back when he used to adorn his neck with chains, he sure did make waves with this piece. Number 5. Rick Ross Ice Age chain. $1.5 million. William Leonard Roberts II, better known as Rick Ross, takes the number 1 spot as the rapper with the most expensive chain. He derived his stage name from a former drug dealer known as Freeway Rick Ross. No, they don't have any kind of relationship, and they have never sold drugs together. Ross has his own studio, Maybach Music Group, which he opened up in 2009. Ross decided to have a chain with a miniature gold version of himself made. He's been known to rock some serious chains, but he definitely made a statement with this piece when he first wore it in public. Now how about that? Your gold chain wearing another gold chain. Number 4. Birdman's one-of-a-kind Maybach Accelero. $8 million. Birdman loves cars. At the time, he already had a Maybach Landaulet and a red Bugatti Veyron, but then he splurged on his Maybach Accelero. The car could run at a top speed of 218 miles an hour and can go from 0 to 60 in only 4.4 seconds. Wow. But for $8 million, there's a lot of things Birdman could have splurged on instead. Maybachs are one of the most popular cars among rappers, and Birdman was probably a big influence there. Number 3. Rick Ross owns Evander Holyfield's $10 million mansion. Rick Ross copped Evander Holyfield's 109-room mansion in Fayetteville, North Carolina for $10 million. The building is the largest single-family home in Georgia and is 54,000 square feet, while sitting on 105 acres. Amenities include a 350,000-gallon pool, a bowling alley, and a baseball field. Holyfield lost the home due to foreclosure. Number 2. MC Hammer's marble floors. $30 million. You cannot make a list about shoddy rapper purchases and not include the grandfather of the whole movement. That would be a sin. Though Hammer made many questionable purchases, perhaps fuel for its own list, people need to be aware he spent $30 million in a single year putting genuine marble floors in his home. To put this into better perspective for you, that is $30 million for something he was going to walk all over. Hammer time. Well done, Gramps. Number 1. Scott Storch's 6-month coke binge. $30 million. Scott Storch's downfall was a sad thing to watch. In 2006, one of his most successful and creative years, Storch's decline began. He was the most sought-after producer in the game, but his addiction to cocaine took nearly everything from Storch. During a 3-year span, Storch was arrested for grand theft auto after failing to return a leased Bentley and endured legal battles after failing to pay child support and property taxes. He eventually checked into rehab in 2009 after binging for a 6-month span and losing $30 million to cocaine. Talk about wasting money. Did he have a cocaine sandpit in his house? You know, instead of being filled with sand, it was filled with cocaine. Anyway, that's our list. We stayed away from putting homes on the list, as then the list would have been only about property. The Evander Holyfield house is an exception because it has been mentioned so often. What do you think of our list? And what would you have bought if you had so much dough? Feel free to leave a comment. We hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check back. Until then, take care.